welcome to the stage, Des Bishop!
Maybe I was lucky, but when I came to live in Ireland at 14, I was exempt from learning Irish at school. Lately, however, I've really got a desire to learn the language and see what it is about Irish that has freaked out so many people for so long. So in February 2007, I went to spend 12 months of my life in the Connemara Gaeltacht, the final frontier of Irish life I've yet to explore. I hope not only to learn to speak Irish, but to actually perform the first ever stand-up comedy gig, Foghlaim Gaeilge. Can I learn the lingo in a year? Can I make them laugh in our native tongue? Here's my story.
Learning a new language is so cool, any language. I mean, I just can't wait to go back to New York, man, because I haven't been back since I started that shit because I don't really have the time. I got to be in Connemara. When I'm not in Connemara, I'm in here, so I got to get back, and I got to keep practicing my Irish. So I haven't been back home yet. I can't wait to go back to New York, man, and get in the fucking subway. Because it's one thing when you leave a country and you go back with the same language. It's another thing when you leave a place and then when you return, you have a new way to communicate. That is a fucking transition. That is almost spiritual in its nature. This new form of communication, a new way to express yourself. I just can't wait. I'll get on that fucking 7 train from Flushing Main Street to Times Square, bro. I will be on that shit, the subway of my youth, and I will be blossing all over that motherfucker. Talking about everybody like a dog, all over that shit. But in New York, you gotta be careful, man, because they'll be like, oh my God, there's a fucking terrorist on the subway.
Hey, Nilman's a Connemara in it. I went to Agiria Consfree Nadina in acclaimed. Neil to an use such fucking barrel.
That's all.
Kind of a curvic. What's that?
That's enough of the way you handy. Do me here at the deal. The way you handy one.
Oh, that's your hand. That's your hand in it. I'm gonna come to Fimachali.
Taro.
Taro.
Fáin is a srún.
So shema hack. Tak moga. Be my wheat or what?
I haven't seen my family in ages. As a result of going back, I've asked Anthony to come with me because, you know, he's shown me such lovely hospitality, and it would be nice to, you know, just show him a bit of my life, where I come from.
How are you?
Conna satatu, uncle. I'm going to a chat and shop.
What is he saying? That's weird, right? What the hell is he talking about over there?
I'm fade of that.
Yeah, that was, that's like, I think that was, he was already gone to Ireland or going to Ireland. Yeah. Look at how the difference, he had started to grow.
What do you think about the Irish language, Sam?
I love the Irish language.
Were you aware of it when you were younger?
I was aware of the fucking and the fucking, but not, I really didn't. Oh, and Pogo Mahone.
Yeah, and Erin go Bra.
And the seed, whatever that is that you see, 1,000 welcomes.
Yeah, what is it? Come on now, come on.
Seed.
It's in your mother's house, I've seen it. I've seen it in your mother's house.
It's all over my mother's house. Seed, something or other. Cade.
Mila.
Mita Fla.
Forza. That's pretty good though, man. Yeah. You knew the first letter.
And was he always interested in
always.
acting?
He was always interested in the crack.
Oh, yeah.
Always anything for a laugh.
Was he mad fellow? What kind of child was he?
He was an actor. From the time that he could talk, he was an actor. He was.
Even at Mass?
At Mass, he couldn't stand being in the church part. He wanted to be up in the altar.
Oh, then the altar.
He became an altar boy very, very young. And then when he got too old to be an altar boy, he was the youngest lector in St. Kevin's. I don't recall what exactly happened. He claims he got fired, which I don't know if it's a job you get fired from.
My Catholic experience was a lot gentler to yours, and I don't mean that in any, you know, meaningful way. I just mean, like, no, honestly, like, my Catholic upbringing it was benevolent. Like, there was no heavy shit. I was into it, you know? I was the youngest reader ever in St. Kevin's because I needed to keep that shit up. I didn't want to be a normal person at Mass. But I didn't last long as a reader because I was totally overperforming, man. I'd be like, a reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians. Like trying to assume that the Mass congregation would assume immediately the role of the Corinthians, and I would immediately become St. Paul, preaching the word. But why I lost my job was not because I was doing that. Why I lost my job was I started finishing the readings like this. This is the word of the Lord. And I would slam the book shut. Yeah, the priest fucking hated that. But the second reader hated it even more. They were like, what page? What page? The blue string! The blue string!
She don't know what's it for King Kong boss. King Kong, a gorilla.
I actually think it'd be really funny to mess around with the language in the States and take it out of its comfort zone and just have some fun with it. See what it means when you take the language outside the box, you know?
Maybe see if there's any use for the language over here, you know? See how many people are still speaking it. See why a couple of non-Irish Americans are learning it, you know, just to make sense of the whole thing. So being the Twin Towers in Chinkra.
Oh, okay.
Being the Tower Parent. You see that shit?
No, it's great walking around New York with a guy from Connemara because he's, you know, he lived in London for a long time, but he's been living in Connemara for a long time, and he's forgotten all the things, you know. He's back in his Connemara habits, and New York is like the fucking beep. But when people beep in Connemara, it's not to get out of the way, it's because they know you. The poor bastard is fucking driven demented in Manhattan every day. Wait. Wait. Oh. Wait. Jesus, I'm confused. I was only saying hello to the fella. He told me to get the fuck out the way.
There's kind of like a bit of momentum going on with Irish in the States. I kind of find that interesting, you know? I guess I come somewhere in the middle of the average Irish person and the average American, so I've got plenty of information about the average Irish person and what they feel about Irish. Now I want to find out what people who, like myself, grew up in the States feel about Irish that don't actually live in Ireland, you know? Come on!
We're here at Ireland Glucksman House, and I'm going in to meet Podge of Carroll to talk to him about a hell of a lot of people doing Irish here that aren't from Ireland.
This is Des Bishop, who is originally from Flushing, Queens, New York.
Sorry about that.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Des?
Hi, my name is Des, and no, I'm a comedian from Ireland, and basically 11 months ago I started learning Irish, and I moved to the Gaeltacht, and we've come to New York to find out why, you know, one perhaps an American would bother learning Irish at all. I mean, what would be the motivation for a bunch of young, lovely-looking people like yourselves that may never end up in Ireland to do the Irish language?
My great-grandparents are Irish, so I felt the need to, like, you know, carry on. If anybody in America is going to, the people whose ancestors are from Ireland, it makes sense.
Yeah.
To carry on the language that way.
Cool. What about you, son?
Well, actually, I failed French and Spanish. And I slid by in Latin, so I thought I'd try a new language, and hopefully one that a lot of people don't speak on an everyday basis.
Cool. So you failed languages that are probably easier than Irish. Let me take on the most difficult language of all. That's good. Like, you can learn any language, like you did French, but if you don't have a connection to that language, it's just a language. But for me, you know, I'm the same as you guys. Like, a lot of my grandparents are from Ireland. Like, for me, it was a much more powerful thing to learn the language that actually, you know, had some sort of genetic connection to who I was as a human being.
But yeah, actually, I have family that then moved back to Cork to open up a bed and breakfast. So they actually speak the language and family in Kerry. I've been told we're Culchies, right? Is that what it is? we're the Hicks or
You will never be called a Culchie, my man.
we're
Don't worry about it. Not in any way, shape, or form. You're as cosmopolitan as they come. So.
Oh, thank you, Con.
You should definitely go back when you have a bit of the Irish.
Oh, yeah,
I will personally look after everything. I will show you off as a real kind of advertisement for the language, you know.
There you go, thank you, Con.
Thank you.
That identity shit is important. That's why I'm here doing this shit, you know, for the ILIR, because it's like really important. Like when we were growing up in Queens, you know, we marched every St. Patrick's Day parade, you know, and it was important to be Irish. Everyone was fucking Irish on St. Patrick's Day, man. But Irish people, they don't like it when some Irish American comes and learns Irish, man, because they've all used this excuse for the last, 85 years since the birth of the Irish Free State. They've all used this excuse that Irish is too difficult. But to be honest with you, after 10 months, I'm not saying I'm fluent, but I am. And I can speak Irish now, right? It's not too difficult. That's bullshit. It'll be a lot better the next time you're pulled over by the immigration officer. And he says, show me some identity papers. And you'll be like, Gumaleshke? Oh, ni higam, Tommy Erla Henta Sira. Tommy I go Macy's, lay all fucking air nach hella. Lay my fucking 147 to the euro. You know? They fucking come over to America, they spend as much fucking year as they can, and then they try to cheat the customs officer in Dublin Airport by wearing everything they bought back through customs. You know the Irish person that's just been to America because they walk into customs like this. It's very cold over there, very cold. Oh no, very cold. Not like here where it's wet, but it's mild. No, it's like dry, like freezing over there. That's why I need 6 Abercrombie and Fitch jumpers like
Well, we're heading up to Boston because I don't think it's possible to say you've properly explored Connemara unless you head to Boston, because everywhere I go, I hear people talking about Boston, Chicago, the Connemara people there. They're always on radio in the Gaeltacht. So I just want to meet them. I just want to let them know what we're at, see why it's been important for them to keep up the language, keep up the culture, and, just learn a bit about the emigrant experience, the Gaeltacht person abroad. I just want to check out Muintir Connemara in Boston.
Allee, go back, Spoon, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Rudy Shindley. Anyarwa.
Ja, chip.
That's very good. Táid faoin an Burren. Tavern Somerville. August Anish, I'm doing a show. I'll say it in English. I'm doing a show for I guess 50% of the crowd are from Connemara, living here. So I'm going to try to do a good bit of the show in Irish because, it's nearly February, so we're running out of time. But to be honest with you, I'd say maybe it's a little dark here, but, if you're going to do a documentary about the Connemara Gaeltacht, you got to come to Boston, I think, So that's why I'm doing the gig here, really, Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Fáilte riamh, all that stuff. How are you all? Right, so anyway, scale Ella, right? Riname, no, not in English. The fucking show is meant to be half in Irish. If you want to speak English, go back to fucking Ireland. Just a couple of fucking nomad in Gaelige in the fucking here.
It was interesting to see the reaction really as well, because it's tough enough to do a gig in Irish. I mean, it's pretty interesting to do a gig in Irish in Boston. Like 1 or 2 people were kind of reacting negatively, and I thought that was interesting.
That's the problem. That's the problem with Irish sometimes. You have to fight to fucking speak it. Anyway.
Where from again?
Where am I from?
Yeah, where
From New York. Where are you from? Yeah, exactly. Give it up the fuck, or 50 Connemara people are going to bet their fucking head in.
I've been so wrapped up in the Gaeltacht in a safe place that it's been such a long time since I experienced that kind of negativity towards the language. And yeah, it was just, I mean, I had to kind of fight my corner there. I would have preferred not to have to do it on stage, but it's kind of interesting how a language could attract so much animosity.
Junior C final. Oh! Now Anthony taking over for Loher. Kif bhfuil tú ag cinneal suasana seo?
Rumsa ceapan go sin ar ceann an rudí is speisialta fúmar éireannach gur Leitir Gaeilge dúchasach go nádúr agus go measa mar sinna mar céanna leis mo plán.
Leir tú Gaeilge le a chláán.
Leitir Gaeilge.
So tá the walk a consulate ar an phone in Iraq in Gaeilge. Níl the lads in Iraq ag smaoineamh tá farsin a consul in Arabic.
Well, not even much allowed. Tá mé cínta not even much allowed sciúpaí agus not even much towards Mafia George Bush. Can't allowed Arabic.
Agus cé nuair a hangstán seo?
I know my 1954.
Oh.
My piece of paper. Yeah, my head is an old Georgic boat. We are going to tea like a mother with him in his coat. Oh, sail like a daughter. Oh, the two sailors. Suddenly clapped the wine in mud. That would check us looking and after so boy, or number of the let's see what come up. That was much too much. I was not to look. And we bought more a grandfather, you know, so we clapped the wine in the boy.
They admitted it to me yesterday. They actually speak more Irish in Boston than they do at fucking home. Like, at home it's like, yeah. Who knows why? I mean, I think it's a fucking pride thing. It's like, well, fuck them if they think they're gonna know what we're fucking talking about. It's a pride thing. You leave and then all of a sudden you feel this kind of connection to your fucking culture and, you know, your language, and it's fucking, as they'd say in Connemara is, "Tasha fucking brilliant." We're on our way back to New York. Got a couple of loose ends to tie up. Want to check out a couple of other things. Want to meet a couple of other people. Thomas in evoke Irish voice. Agus ben consulate Neil O'Dowd. Thomas in aglav in Gaeilge. Captain Commissioner sa pop. Come on, stay hey.
Come on.
Grammar. Jesus, epic on Jess. Oi, look at this.
I got it for you. From the focal.
What's on show going?
Tá sé an seo. Bhí sé an sin ó.
Please touch it in there, refreshing. Go on, means business.
Go start to vocal.
Oh, come on.
Agus cén fág bhfuil tú ag fáil go get this.
Like, naidíada, dára sé, ma híl.
Really?
Yeah, oh, jeez, dára sé ma híl. Like, Captain go sé an rud is far a rinne me ma híl. Mar, Captain go sé a wad níos múna ar bhí me ag smaoineamh nar táú cansan Gaeilge. Tá sé céinál níos am an focal, but tá sé deep. Tá sé an ísisiil I mo bholaigh agus in mo chleigin, you know, agus nar táú meascail suas leis an identity. Like, it's like, okay, so tóga me Queens, ach bhí mu éireannach agus chua me go éire, agus ní ra me éireannach a rí an sin. Bhí me Americanach. Agus ní ra me ag smaoineamh tá me Americanach in my heel. What's that? Just it's like éireannach me.
After 17 years, I think you're supposed to be allowed to call yourself Irish. I mean, when you guys get legal, you'll be allowed to call yourselves American because, no, you will be. You'll be allowed to call yourself American, and Americans aren't going to go, no, you're fucking not. No, yeah. When I call myself Irish, they always go, no, you're not. And I got to be honest, man. Like, people say, why are you learning Irish? And one of the main reasons would have to be that the next time some fat Dublin prick comes up to me and says, you're not Irish, I can explain to him in a language that he doesn't understand. proves that I am.
couple of people that are working with the Irish language in America. I don't think they're all Irish Americans, so I was kind of curious to see what was going on. Lane,
Hello, Lane. Hey, what's up?
TG4.
Peter Michaels to him.
Oh, come on.
It's Mr. Seamus, I guess conniullach.
Man, I'm Jasu Machanaspa. August, I'm going to take Foghlaim Gaeilge doing it all.
Ní Roman Yering a Rio. Ní Roman Yering a Rio. Yo, Foghlaim Gaeilge another one. Actually, Corve Yavi Hain. A mean water, Yavi Lissa Shea. I guess yo Hanima Tafadu on the other lane. Irish on your own.
Well, the winter as China couple.
No, Nilnas as China Corby.
As
it's Korean nachma RTE Móir.
Oh, Korean.
Yeah.
A
bhí simagam fod mo bhatha fod mo hui ach yo bhí me jano oh caiim a fólam na Gaelige agus ní rin ma gotí yo couple bliana hain gotí yo blian is nui mé hain agus an isis bhil tá beag an Gaelige agam agus tá mínta sásta agus
just tá nearcé tá bhád níos mó Gaeilge agat ná go leor duine in éireann. No, agus tá chuintis mó in éireann.
An gun sibh me se bhcha a méidir go bhtáileh féin. Sigí hard fan tinion seo gan inse me mo scéal. Bhí buachil a bháile seo bhí súga a swarc agus hanig se jaanú clána slá chalína slébar ruai.
Ceapan níacha duine ar bit in éireann. You know, far costal lads ag chasa an Gaeilge. Tíomh me in fucking Times Square. We're heading out to Babylon, Long Island. Definitely a place I never thought I'd be going to talk about the Irish language. Deep in Suffolk County, Long Island, you know? It's like the last place on earth I thought I'd be going. You know, you think you go to the North Bronx, or you go to Boston. It's an Irish language center. It's Skull, Garrard's, Tobin. And every Thursday, they meet here. They practice their Irish. They teach each other Irish.
All right. A bush of olive. Tom it olive. Gahanadas. A shaft.
We go in Manhattan way, agus mahar freshen. Ag bhí an Gaeilge ag man seanmhar as coinníollach.
No, tá canting Gaeilge, níl blas Americanach agat.
Fuair mé me chud Gaeilge ó duine as an cána. Ní raibh rang a ghain, you know, tá mé sé caint in san bar. Bhí me ag picáil súsa hí.
Yeah, treats the core leis na muinteann na Gaeltacht. Came for will just like Foghlaim Gaeilge.
Níl mid éireannach is fír. Is tá mór an duine an seo as sinseir as éireann. Nóir bhí mo sinseir ag dul an seo as éireann. Bhí Gaeilge go maith mo seanmháthair agus mo seanáthair. Agus dúirt sé in America in an tám sin ní raibh tú an sort good American ag caint tan Gaeile. And an tám sin bhí tú an American ag caint as béarla. Aníis tá na ruí difriúil. Tá tú an fáilis an idricus nóir tá tú a bailte caint tan Gaeile. Agus aníis is leis an sort pride béimiid ag Foghlaim tan Gaeile. Agus tá gach sort duine ag caint at hanga féin.
In New York, everybody's searching for individualism. And I just think, if anything, about the language, you know, people say, why? It's because it gives you a little bit of identity, something individual. Because so many people speak English. But nor will the hanga ad. Tatunan the consonant, you know, tashe simul in mahorim. And the hasa ansha, anan the consonant, mahanga hain, what's that? Tashe bioganin difru. August ta kenal. Ta fuinu loch hain, agat. Sanach, Marsha. It has been one of the best years of my life. I fucking love Connemara, man. I loved it. I love learning the language. I love speaking it. I love being part of the Irish-speaking community. I wouldn't change this year for the world. Did you ever get a pain in your hole with fucking Irish? Because it brings so much hassle to the fucking department. I'm more nervous than I've been since probably my first gig. This is definitely one of the biggies, man.